Hey guys, so I tell like it is. The news yesterday of Chris Johnson joining the Arizona Cardinals is super significant. I want to give a special shout out to Terry Gross in this video because he mentioned the Johnson brothers tribute for Chris Johnson and David Johnson, the top two running backs for the Arizona Cardinals. It directly connects to the pharmaceutical giant Johnson & Johnson. And Johnson & Johnson was founded 131 years ago in New Jersey. Bruce Arians, the Cardinals head coach, is from New Jersey. He was born in the year 52. You talk about Super Bowl 52. Johnson & Johnson directly connects to the two Johnson running backs on the Arizona Cardinals. This 131 years ago that they were founded is super significant, because championship equals 131, 57 equals 131, and Super Bowl equals 131. The CEO of Johnson & Johnson is Alex Gorski. He is their CEO right now, and keep in mind that he's 57 years old right now. 57 is a super special number, like I've said, because 57 equals 131. Now, also, in regards to Johnson & Johnson, you do see that Johnson & Johnson became a publicly traded company in 1944. This is a direct tribute to the Super Bowl matchup that I am predicting this year. Because in 1944, the Arizona Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Steelers shared the same team in the year 1944. Johnson & Johnson became a publicly traded company in 1944. And this is the Super Bowl matchup that directly correlates with Johnson & Johnson. It all has to do with the two Johnson running backs on the Arizona Cardinals. This comes as no surprise. You do see that his birthday is on May the 24th of 1960. May the 24th, his birthday this year equals 66. The last time the Cardinals won the championship came during the year 1947. His birthday numerology equals 66. 1947 adds up to 66. His birthday numerology, the short way, without the 20 in front, equals 46. And keep in mind, too, that Vatican City equals 46. The Cardinals used to be called the Phoenix Cardinals. Phoenix equals 46. And the fact that the Steelers in gematria equals 46, connecting to this Super Bowl matchup. David Johnson, you see, wears number 31. Chris Johnson wears number 23. 31, the Pro Bowler, and CJ2K, this all adds up to 54. Recall that Jesuit order in gematria equals 54. Yesterday's day, July the 20th of 2017, has date numerology of 64. Chris Johnson, he has 55 career rushing touchdowns, 9 receiving touchdowns. This is 64 touchdowns for his career. Israel, Zion, Synagogue of Satan, all equal 64. The company Johnson & Johnson in gematria equals 64. So it is no coincidence that he signed with the Cardinals on July the 20th. It directly connects with Johnson & Johnson. Chris Johnson's birthday on September 23rd. David Johnson's birthday, December the 16th. The amount of time between their two birthday days is a time span of 84 days. 2 months and 23 days is all done by design by the gang that rigs and scripts our road of sports. The Synagogue of Satan in gematria equals 223. This is all by design. This is who the Zionists are trying to tell you who's going to win the Super Bowl. A time span of 84 days between your two birthdays Arizona equals 84. Jesuit equals 84. The Catholic Church equals 84. Super Bowl 52 equals 84. This is a Super Bowl 52 tribute. David Johnson is 25 years old. Chris Johnson is going to turn 32 years old. The amount of time between September 23rd and December 16 is super significant. Chris Johnson is going to be 32 years old. Chris Johnson's going to be 32 years old. David Johnson is going to still be 25 years old. There are 2 ages between the 84 days between their birthdays. Is significant. Their ages add up to 57. Once again, 57 is the championship number in gematria that cannot be ignored by any means. Now, the birthday of Chris Johnson on September 23rd of the year 2017 adds up to 69. The Jesuit order equals 69. The Arizona Cardinals are a Jesuit team with Catholic owners, Catholic quarterback Palmer, Catholic head coach Bruce Arians. The red cardinal birds represents the Pope's ordained bishops, the red College of Cardinals. This is a direct tribute with them. You see, Chris Johnson has a total of 55 rushing touchdowns. Also, former Cardinals coach Ken Whisenhunt is 55 years old. They're the coach that took them to their last Super Bowl. Minnesota and Minneapolis, the site of the Super Bowl. Minneapolis in simple gematria equals 55. And Chris Johnson, 55 career rushing touchdowns. He is going to be a Super Bowl tribute. Now, David Johnson, 24 rushing touchdowns. 2-4 is February the 4th. And David Johnson has a total of 32 total touchdowns. 32 total touchdowns in the pros. 64 total touchdowns for Chris Johnson. This all adds up to 96. It was the 96 season. The last time the Cardinals reached the NFC Championship game. This is going to be a tribute to the Freemasons that rig over our sports. The total touchdowns combined, rushing and receiving. But we can just do rushing touchdowns, 55 for Chris Johnson. David Johnson, he had a total of 24 rushing touchdowns. 24 rushing touchdowns, all of this equals 79. Champion in gematria equals 79. But this is an amazing amount of proof right now that the Arizona Cardinals are going to be the team to win the Super Bowl. You study some of these corporations that relate with some of the sports teams out there, some of their players that have tributes to the actual outcome. You have to look at who is a sponsor for the stadium of the Super Bowl. I'm sure I can look up U.S. Bank International, but Johnson & Johnson directly connects with the Arizona Cardinals. I can even type in their headquarters. New Brunswick. I have to type this manually. New Brunswick in gematria, in simple gematria equals 54. New Brunswick equals 54. Jesuit order in gematria equals 54. Their jersey numbers add up to 54. The two Johnson brothers and the headquarters of Johnson & Johnson happens to equal 54 too. This all cannot be a coincidence. Conference Championship Week has a date numerology of 60, and New Brunswick, New Jersey equals 60. So once again, the Cardinals are your top pick for the Super Bowl. Johnson & Johnson connects to the veteran running back looking to get a Super Bowl championship, as well as David Johnson, the young running back that has already amassed a ton of yards from the line of scrimmage. And that is one last thing. He was the 24th overall pick. February the 4th, 2-4, Chris Johnson, drafted in the year of the Cardinals' last Super Bowl championship. And David Johnson was drafted 86 overall. 86 plus 24th overall for Chris Johnson adds up to 110. And the side of the Super Bowl at Minnesota, where Larry Fitzgerald is from, also equals 110. So once again, Johnson & Johnson, the two Cardinals running backs, going to be a good offense. 131 years ago, Johnson & Johnson was founded. And these two running backs going to help out the Arizona Cardinals. Direct championship tributes, definitely a telling sign.